Okay, today we're going to service a Fernox TF1 filter, show you the basics of its operation and good practice on how to go ahead and do the annual maintenance. What we have is termed a hydrocyclonic magnetic filter. So hydro, of course, being water, cyclonic, which is going to refer to the flow pattern. The water is going to flow into the filter, create a cyclone the way it's coming into the side, and that cyclonic effect is going to cause a couple of things. The point of no pressure in the center is going to collect any of the magnetites, any magnetic material, which is a byproduct of corrosion, having dissimilar metals in the system. And then the non-metallic or the non-magnetic sediment will be separated and drop down into the bottom of the filter itself. So during normal operation, we're collecting anything that's magnetic and solids to the bottom of the filter, and they'll have to be cleaned out. So when you're going to do service to the boiler, service to the TF1 filter will also be required. Now, going back to its operation real quickly, in the center of the vortex, the metal fragments or the magnetites will find in the dead center, where it works the best, the magnet, a very, very strong magnet, which, as you can hopefully hear by that, it's snapped right against that metal very hard. That's sleeved in a shroud, so it's actually not touching the material grabs on. So when it's time to do tune-up and flush it out, we're going to take our isolation valves, which are part of the kit, isolate the filter, and then take the cap, and the cap is now the drain handle for the filter. And I suggest putting a bucket under it so we can see any of the sediment that we're taking out of it. At this point, I'm going to go ahead, remove my magnetic filter, and open up the drain. And I don't know if you could just notice there, but we had a nice big black blob come out. And to drain this out, we can use our return side of the valve. Open that up a little bit just to get a nice rinse effect. Water's coming out nice and clean now. We've rinsed it out. Now granted, this is a newer trailer. It's if you were in an older system, perhaps probably the worst of all would be the Victorians, the amount of sediment. You may actually have to take this another step, and that would be to take the filter wrench itself, and then we can access the entire filter should it be really nasty. There's our sleeve that could be rinsed off, wiped down with a rag, and the inside of the filter itself, if should it need to be rinsed out or rotted or cleaned. So this would be the insert where the magnet is shrouded by the plastic, and the magnetites will be grabbing onto that plastic. Put it together the same way we took it apart. This is a rubber gasket. You don't have to over tighten. Snug. We can always snug it up a little more if we have to, but snug is usually good. So now that I've put the cap back on, I just want to reiterate that it's not often that you actually have to open it up. Typically the flush down that we did originally will take care of it. But in the extreme case of the older 100-year-old plus home, obviously we may need to open it up and clean it more often. But typically just the rinse, the flush is all we're going to need to do to keep this thing clean. Yeah, don't forget, we'll shut off the valve and go ahead and put our cap back on so we don't lose our handle for our valve. And then we go ahead and crack our bottom valve, crack our top valve, make sure our magnet's put in. We're good for another year.